It looks like our dreams are finally coming true. Bryan and Michael DiMartino are back in business with Nickelodeon. There's a lot to discuss in this video regarding Avatar content, and I mean a lot, so buckle in for this one. Supposedly, we got a new showrunner that'll be taking charge of Netflix's live-action series Avatar, along with some characters also getting their ages changed, which is really interesting, but I'll get into that later. Also, it's been announced that Nickelodeon will launch its own studio, which will be called Avatar Studio. The studio is set to create new original content revolving around the Avatar universe, and it will be led by the main creators Bryan and Michael DiMartino, which is literally music to my ears. It will also cover and expand the Avatar universe and tell more stories of Aang, Korra, and the rest of the gang. Plus, an animated theatrical film is in the works with Avatar Studios, which will hopefully drop later this year, but I'll talk more about that later on. So stay tuned for all of this because you definitely don't want to miss any of it. But what's up guys, it's Aladdin. In today's video, we're going to discuss everything that's been circling around the Netflix live-action series regarding the news about the new showrunner and the change of the characters' ages. We'll also dive in with the recent news of Nickelodeon's new studio called Avatar Studios, which will be led by the main creators Bryan and Michael DiMartino. And also, an animated theatrical film will be the first project that will hopefully drop later this year. But before we get into all that, I just want to let you guys know that I will be doing another $20 gift card giveaway at 20,000 subscribers. All you gotta do to participate, be a subscriber, like the video, and leave a comment discussing anything that you liked about the video, and that's it. Once we hit 20,000 subscribers, I'll pick the winner in whatever most recent video I have out, so good luck to everyone. Now lastly, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. It definitely helps out the channel grow and lets others like you stay tuned with the latest shows and movies. And also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you guys can get notified right away when I drop my next video. Now it will have timestamps in the video, so if you want to jump around and listen to the parts that interest you more, feel free to do so. But with all that out of the way, let's get into the video. Now recently, Viacom CBS had its own huge Investor Day presentation where they announced their future projects and what they had in store for the upcoming years, along with their new service Paramount Plus, which I'll talk about here shortly. This presentation was similar to what Marvel does with their upcoming shows and movies. They'd showcase what they have in store for the upcoming years and what they hope to accomplish in that given time. It's why Marvel has been so successful, because they have a simple blueprint that they follow to keep them on track of everything. So it only made sense for Viacom CBS to take part of this success as well. There was no way Viacom CBS would just sit back knowing how much they could make from all of this, especially with one of their shows, Avatar: The Last Airbender, being a huge success. Right now, it's even more popular due to the fact that Netflix gave it more of a spotlight, which I'm happy for. I'm glad that it's attracting new fans to the show. Viacom revealed that Nickelodeon was creating their own studio, which would be called Avatar Studios. The new studio is aiming to create new Avatar content such as movies, new series, mini-series, and more. The studio will heavily focus on the stories of Avatar: The Last Airbender as well as The Legend of Korra and more. All the new content is going to be available on Viacom's new streaming service Paramount Plus along with Nickelodeon. Now to some extent, it does feel like Viacom is milking the hell out of Avatar in hopes of bringing more revenue to their name. I just think it's a shame that it's being seen like that, when in reality I like to see it more as a passion-driven idea where they want to produce more Avatar content out of love. But then again, at the end of the day, this is all a business, and Viacom does want to make money, so I do understand why it might seem like that they're milking the hell out of Avatar. I can't really complain here, considering I do want more Avatar content where we can discuss new storylines, theories, and etc. Now having Bryan and Michael on board for this is amazing. I mean, just think about all the new storylines that they can do now. They literally have all the resources and time to create new compelling stories that will captivate us all into the Avatar universe. This to me is honestly the best news that's come out in the past few years. I really do hope the best for Bryan and Michael, and I know they will deliver the best version of their content out for us. Now here's an official statement from Bryan's Instagram saying, "Bryan is back at Nickelodeon in a big way. Mike and I are heading up a new studio dedicated to expanding the Avatar verse. It's hard to believe it's been 19 years since we've created Avatar: The Last Airbender, but even after all that time, there are still many stories and time periods in Aang's world that we are eager to bring to life. We are fortunate to have an ever-growing community of passionate fans that enjoys exploring the Avatar verse as much as we do. And with this new Avatar Studios venture, we have an unparalleled opportunity to develop our franchise and its storytelling on a vast scale in a myriad exciting ways and mediums. We are exceedingly grateful to Brian Robbins and Ramsey Nato for their enthusiasm and respect for the Avatar property and us as its stewards. From the start, they've supported our ambitious plans and created a positive, proactive environment for us. We're excited to be back at Nickelodeon where Avatar began, doing what we do best in the biggest way possible. We can't wait to build the great teams and productions to make all of this fantasy a reality. This alone has me so excited, and I can't wait to see what they create." Now back to the Avatar studio. This does beg the question, what kind of projects or series could we expect right away, and when can we see them? Well, luckily for us, the first project will be an animated theatrical film which we know nothing about. Like literally, we know nothing about it. Now, this is where fans and all of us could make guesses and assumptions on what this animated film could be. My guess would be an animated version of the next Avatar. I know it's a long shot, but at the same time, I don't think the studio would want to create a Last Airbender film. I just don't see no use for that. I feel like exploring a new Avatar would make more sense and then expanding that towards a series. Plus, if we do get a new Avatar, it would lean towards an Earthbender, which would be dope to see. But what do you guys think about all this? What do you guys think about Nickelodeon's new studio called Avatar Studios? And how do you think this will all play out? Also, what do you think this animated film will be about? Now, some of you might be wondering, what about the Netflix live action series? What's going on with that? Well, Netflix is still going forward with that project. Only thing is, they won't have Bryan and Michael on board for that series. They'll continue doing the live action remake of The Last Airbender, which will hopefully drop sometime next year or later down the road. I highly doubt that it's gonna drop this year, especially since there's been no news on it and casting hasn't even been announced. So I can't quite give you an actual answer when it'll drop just because Netflix hasn't really opened up too much regarding the series. However, I wouldn't be surprised if they started dropping more information on that series, especially with the recent news of Viacom and Nickelodeon announcing their plans with expanding the Avatar universe. I'm still looking forward for the live action series. I just feel like it might work and has the potential of being something good, but I'm definitely going to be cautiously optimistic going into this series. Now, it's been reported by this one website, the Illuminati, that a new showrunner has been found, Albert Kim, who has joined the project. Kim does have some good credits behind him like Sleepy Hollow, CW's Nikita, and TNT's drama heist show Leverage. It's hard to pinpoint which way he's going to stir this project, whether he'll stay true to the original content or if he's going to add his own little mix of creativity to give it some new spice and refreshment. It's hard to say exactly considering his line of shows are all different from one another, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I'm crossing my fingers here that he does a good job because the fan base for Avatar is something that you don't want to mess with. Now, the last thing that I want to discuss is how some of the characters are going to perhaps have their ages changed in the live action series. This news also comes from the Illuminati, where they state that in the animated Avatar The Last Airbender, Sokka is Katara's older brother, Sokka is 15 and Katara is 14. It looks like the live action re-imaging is changing this up with Katara now the older sibling at age 16 and Sokka her younger brother at age 14. Aang will still be 12. It's hard to tell if this is an actual confirmation. I just don't know how this is all gonna play out, especially how the animated series ended. This switch between Sokka and Katara's age will definitely play a huge part in the show. Now, the only reason that I could see this happening is if Netflix wanted to change Katara's age in hopes of her creating a relationship with Zuko instead of Aang, and if that's the case, then this will have a huge turnout for the show. The amount of different directions that this can go is countless. Fans have always had their theories about what if Katara and Zuko ended up being together, and to some extent I could see them being together, but I personally prefer Aang and Katara. They just fit well in my perspective. But maybe this is why Bryan and Michael left the series. Was it because of this? I have no idea, honestly. It could be, but that's just a guess. Now, it would be something if Katara and Zuko ended up together in the show, but what do you guys think? I really want to know your take on this and if you're comfortable with this change. I know after reading a handful of your guys' comments in my last Avatar update video, most of you said that you don't want to copy and paste of the original animated series, but that you want new plots and stories to be told. Maybe this could be one of them, Sokka and Katara's age being changed. This could even lead to Katara and Zuko forming some sort of relationship. Who knows? But let me know what you guys think about this age change and the potential relationship with Katara and Zuko. But what are you guys most excited about? Are you excited about the new Avatar studio that'll have Bryan and Michael on board, or are you excited about the new animated theatrical film? What do you guys think about the live action series news? You guys still excited about that or no? Let me know in the comment section below. I love to know your guys' opinions on these topics. I'll have way more Avatar content on the channel once we hear some new news. I'll also cover all the new projects from the Avatar studio, so any new films, new series, mini-series, and etc. I'll have all that covered for you guys on this channel, so definitely make sure to subscribe so you guys don't miss out on anything. But before I go, don't forget about that $20 gift card giveaway that I'll be doing once we hit 20,000 subscribers. All you gotta do to participate, be a subscriber, like the video, and leave a comment discussing anything that you liked about the video. Once we hit 20,000 subscribers, I'll pick the winner in whatever most recent video I have out, so good luck to everyone. But finally, I just want to say thank you all for watching, and if you haven't already, hit that like button if you enjoyed today's video, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't by now. Also, hit that notification bell so you guys can get notified right away when I drop my next video. If you don't mind, share the video if you thought it was good and want others to see it. Thank you all once more, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.